Hello. I tried to make it snazzy this production, huh? Welcome to Big Fat Panda Show number 70. How are you guys doing? I feel like you're all kind of in the room with me. Let me go put my comments on. Got a lot of buttons going. Hey, Stan, Jeff, Richard, Jaden. Uh, I've got Benjamin Lancaster here. Writer, producer, director. Don't bother him to throw you in the movies. He's not going to do it because I'm already on him to try to be in movies. I've only got voice so far. So let me see. I'm looking in the chat room. How are you? How you all holding up? Did you hear that Shanghai Disneyland is opening? Is it May 14th? I think Shanghai Disneyland is opening May 14th. Yeah, May 11th. Somebody's telling me May 11th from the green room. Hey, Terry. So I think that's a good sign. I'm not spreading rumors. I'm not telling you what I think is going to happen. June. But I'm guessing that it's going to be sometime in June. I'm sure that Disney Springs will probably start first. Oh, Stan, you just finished the show that I did with you before. Did you send people over? Hopefully. So it is what it is. You know, are you going to be scared to go, or are you going to go to the parks? Which one? So who here has seen Walt's Frozen Head, the further adventures of Walt's Frozen Head? Was there a, let me bring Benjamin in here, because I need to know. Benjamin, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing this evening?
Good. Benjamin, was there a Walt's Frozen Head for us to have the further adventures? Because I never saw the first one.
No, there was the adventures, and then as a Frozen Head, he has further adventures.
Okay, all right. I don't know. The further, no, I'm kidding. Busted him on you.
Yeah. No. Yeah. People have brought that up before.
All right, so people know Ron Schneider, I believe, who actually I think is a guest on another show in about a week or two from now. Mm-hmm. Stan, you mean to keep seeing it, but you haven't. Benjamin, is it still free to view on YouTube?
Yeah, it's on YouTube. Just search Walt's Frozen Head on YouTube. It'll be one of the first things that comes up. So
Benjamin has given you a gift during this quarantine period.
Exactly.
He has given you the movie.
We actually were talking about taking it down at one point, and then this happened, and that's up. And if you've already seen it and you haven't watched it yet with the audio commentary, and if that's something you're interested in, I talk about how we've shot in the park and this, that, and the other, and you can go check that out too. That is something we put up just for the quarantine. So,
okay, that's pretty cool. I've never actually watched it with the commentary, so that would be cool. There's one voice on there that you might recognize. I'm in there just a little bit on a voice somewhere. But something that we did together also. But let's go. I'm sorry, I'm going off on three different things. Ron Schneider, who is the original Dreamfinder from Epcot. I mean, literally the guy with Figment. If you don't know him, you should. Ron Schneider. He actually played Walt in the Further Adventures of Walt's Frozen Head. I have to ask you, and I think he would allow you to be honest, Benjamin. Was he difficult to work with?
Oh, absolute delight to work with. Wonderful to work with.
I love him, but I don't know if I was directed. If I could do it. I don't know. Do you remember anything that happened where he said, Walt wouldn't say that?
I mean, Ron comes in with his own perspectives and opinions. The issue with Ron is he's always right. So, and I'm not completely facetious. Like, he puts in the time, he puts in the effort, he puts in the thought. So when he comes to you with a note, it's not just like some actors, no, not throwing around anything, but some actors have different levels of perceptiveness on the
Absolutely.
work sometimes. And when Ron comes in with a note, you listen to it. And that's not saying we went with every single note he had, but when he came in with a note, it was well thought out, it was logical, and I listened to it. And there are definitely changes in the script, and the script is better because he had that input.
I think of Ron as like this wise man that, hey Mary, how are you? He's just wise. He is. So he was actually involved in this one too, but this is not a movie. Are we calling it an audio drama that you just did?
I think audio series is the phrase
audio
I keep
series.
using. So
okay. So for those that don't know, Susan, Christine Bannis, how are you, Chris? Stan, Mary. For those that don't know, Benjamin did an audio series. It's on iTunes. It's called Murder in Progress, and it's under the umbrella of the World of Tomorrow. So it has a very Tomorrowland feeling in it. It's a 5-part series right now. They're all on iTunes. You can just go and subscribe. I do have 60 seconds with a little taste of it, and I think the main character is awesome. I play a cop in it. I think it took me a couple of times to get my groove in this character, but I think I got it now. It's weird not being able to use my face and everything for a character. Do you guys want to hear just a minute of it? I have it here. This is from Murder in Progress. This is a 60-second clip, but it's really good.
I pulled out my chime and sent Rick a message. New message to Rick. Look up. Send. Rick turned around to look at the silver spire on top of the Exxon Pavilion. New message to Rick. Monorail platform. Send. He started turning his head towards me, but then someone else distracted him. Some resident was asking a question. I don't know why I was being so terse. The chimes didn't charge by the word. New message to Rick. Look at me, waving to you frantically on the monorail platform. I'm standing here, waving. Look at me! Send. Finally, I caught his eye. It was hard to see from that far away, but I think his face fell from what I can only assume was excitement. I walked down from the platform to see what I could find out.
I gotta deal with every gawking resident on their day off, wanting to see what real police tape looks like. And now you too?
Rick, you don't sound as happy to see me as I would have thought. Well, excuse me. I'm just going to...
So that I cut it off there. The people who might have come in at that point are like, what's going on with this live thing? But that is a piece of it. It's a really good story. As a matter of fact, even though I was in it and I read the script, hearing the story and seeing how it was treated with the audio editing and everything really brought me into it. My favorite character, I even sent her a note, but I don't think she saw it, Chief Maxian. Who I forgot who played that.
Jacqueline Thomas is her name.
I'm in love with that voice. She
is really good.
She really is.
Yeah, she is in the not the Celestina show, but the I forget what they call it at Universal.
The Beetle Bard?
Yes, she is in that show at Universal.
Okay. She's very talented. Mm-hmm. So if you guys can go listen to that, you will hear me. I'm in a lot of the parts, not all of them, but a lot of them. And one of them, I'm an angry passenger on a monorail type thing. It's pretty good. So what was your childhood like to get into all this, Ben?
Oh, gosh. Grew up in Missouri, and, we did at, let's say, 5 and 7, that middle-class kind of trip to Disney World that I think a lot of people do, and since then I was hooked. I mean, I was the kid who was checking out the unofficial guide to Disney from the library, not because I had a trip planned, but just because I wanted to read about what was going on in the parks and what was new and what was different, and, pore over the maps and just imagine it. And this was before... I had easy access to the internet, and then, when I was in college, I was daily on like Jim Hill Media and the early at Mice Chat and the early versions of what has sprouted into the Disney fandom that exists on social media.
That sounds like my story where we went and just got engrossed in it as a kid and went crazy. So all of your stuff does seem to have, is it just because you're interested and you're a Disney fan, has a Disney connection?
Well, I mean, Walt's Frozen Head obviously certainly did. And part of that was I was living in Orlando at the time. I had the access, I had the idea, and it was like, I'm never going to, these things aren't all going to line up again, so let's go for it. And, when I approached this project too, I realized that I have 10,000 followers on this Walt's Frozen Head account. I've tapped into this audience. So I can either start from scratch and start for something completely new, or I can build off of that to service that fan base, which, I'm also a part of. So, it was a pretty easy decision to do something that's going to speak to that fan group again.
Yeah, the world that this audio series takes place in, it very, my first thing is I'm on a people mover in Tomorrowland, but you've added a lot of layers to it and you've pulled so many different references. Do you go in it and plus it with references, or are they just in your mind already as you're writing it?
I mean, a little bit of both, right? So, some of the plot lines directly come from rides and attractions, many of which are gone, and then there's occasionally sometimes little references here, like Chief Diana Maxian, her name comes from Buckminster Fuller's car design, and he was the one who gave us the geodesic dome. So there's a little references here and there scattered throughout, in varying levels of deep cut, I suppose. So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The process, he got us all together, and we are basically reading together for this audio series, meaning we're not in a room together physically. We're doing it like this remotely, but we're not just doing our parts separately. Usually we're together, and then he's got to go in and somehow find an editor and the music and all that. It really is it's a thing. It's a nice thing. How long did it take you to edit all, or about how long does it take to produce one of these?
I'm farming out parts of it, so I'm not doing everything myself. But basically, I do the rough edit where I choose all the takes and lay out basically where the music cues go and things like that. That'll take me 20 hours maybe to put one of those together for a 30-minute episode. So yeah, it is a time suck. It can be at times. So it's it's obviously something. We've got these first 5 in the can. That's one sort of self-contained story, and we're moving on to the next self-contained story next. But obviously, there's the sort of overarching narrative of the series, and the bigger mystery elements that I won't necessarily even give too much away on for those who haven't listened to the first 5.
Yeah, there's a murder right away, and you have to figure out the murder. And what I like is things to me are cyclical. Like I can remember hearing from, older people that when they didn't have a TV, my grandmother, and they would listen to these radio dramas, and it's like we're back to that now, where here's an audio series drama. So very interesting stuff. With Walt's Frozen Head, or The Further Adventures of Walt Frozen, you filmed everything and then filmed Ron Schneider later to add him in, right? So everything was...
He was almost a year after we did our principal photography.
Did you think of him prior? Because I can't believe how much he did look... When I look at Ron Schneider, I don't think this guy looks like Walt Disney. But in the movie, I really think he I don't know who else we could have gotten to look like Walt Disney.
No, it was uncanny. And, part of that was we had a fantastic makeup artist who really worked with him on several sessions beforehand, and then was there continuously, touching up. I think there was a little bit of prosthetic work, but not much. And then a lot of it was the hair, and then a lot of it's Ron's performance himself. He really just jumped into that role and became Walt for all intents and purposes. So it was a very stunning transformation. Because when we first met him, he had this big beard and that sort of thing, and so it was, he really took on the role in a very, very. I
should have had a JPEG of it for those that don't know to show how much he really did look like Walt. So he's also in this audio series. He plays a computer voice.
That's correct.
Is it AKIP?
AKIP.
AKIP, which stands for
Computer Intelligence Project.
Astute Computer Intelligence Project. I'm not very intelligent. I don't even remember half of these things, and I've listened to each episode about twice now. Huh? I don't know if you can. Can you tell if we've had a lot of repeat people, or you can't tell?
I don't think we can.
Okay.
I don't think we can tell a repeat. Obviously, I can tell a download, but I don't know if you came back and listened to it again. I mean, I guess I could if you were on the same IP, but people hop around.
I've heard people say that one of the reviews on the iTunes was. I could listen to this again more than once. Oh. And in some cases, for the actual mystery, it's good because it really is a gumshoe mystery. I don't even know what a gumshoe is, but people have said that.
Yeah, I mean, it draws a lot of inspiration from sort of the Maltese Falcon and some of those hard-boiled detective. It's a comedy. It's a lot lighter than those. And we're intentionally pushing it that direction. Our gumshoe is kind of a wannabe gumshoe. He's not necessarily as intelligent as a Sam Spade, but he definitely thinks of himself in that way.
And the music, I don't know who you got, but they really knew what they were doing, where they made it futuristic, but it was still undoubtedly a doo-doo, doo-doo, that kind of thing. It was really good.
Yeah, a lot of, some of that was, we would send back cues and say like, use a synthesizer instead of that. Don't use a good synthesizer. Use like a Epcot era synthesizer. So
I think there's references to, I'm going to say the monorail, the Skyliner. What are the big references that I'm missing that are definitely in there?
Adventures Through Inner Space has a plot line.
Yes, definitely Adventures Through Inner Space. There's a lot of that. It feels like a Disney production. Okay, so all the ways people could follow you. I mean, you only want them to follow Walt's Frozen Head minus the O. That's your Twitter and Instagram?
We do not have an Instagram for that. We never created one. Walt's Frozen Head is from the perspective of Walt himself, and We try and keep it that way. So it's he's in the cryogenics lab, and therefore his Instagram would just be the photo of the wall he looks at every day. So
I always think when somebody's tweeting from that account that it's Ron, because I see the picture there, and I just think. Stan is asking this question, which you should be able to see on your screen.
Sure. So the inspiration really came from reading about the plans for Epcot. That is what we drew. The Epcot when it was a city. So I drew a ton from that, and including things that people didn't necessarily know, and then trying to extrapolate them out. So, Epcot was not going to have permanent citizens, at least not very many. You came in for a specific period of time, and then you were gone. And we took that idea and teased it a little bit. Say, okay, the history worked out a little bit differently than the original plan, but that's one of the big elements in the plot. And that's something that's going to come up again in the future adventures, that there's this boiling resentment among people who are now getting kicked out of their city. So it's trying to see how the city of the future would have actually worked, which we can only speculate about, but that's the fun of sci-fi. And I think it's really unique in that we have such concrete plans for this city that was never built, and then we can go in and speculate, not necessarily about the technology, but about the way the human aspect of that would work.
Now, there is a real town in Disney or something in order to keep the government right that like 6 families live in?
Yeah.
It's like this weird.
I think Bay Lake, I think, is the official name.
Okay.
And there's actually 2. I want to say there's 2 municipalities. But if you drive on the road with all the hotels, I think it's just Hotel Boulevard, you'll see there's the city hall of one of the municipalities is right there.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's tucked in there.
I like that you refer to the people that are coming and going, aren't there, as immigrants in the series?
There are residents
and
citizens, and I'm completely blanking now.
That's okay. I know
there's a third category for people who have been granted a political asylum,
and if they're there throw someone out, the word they use it just was something we use. Deportation. Yeah. So I thought that was pretty cool. Mm-hmm. If we have questions for Benjamin, please let me know. And hey, Don, and let me know, and we will definitely ask him before I don't want to get rid of him prematurely, but I don't want him to just sit here going, what are we talking about now? So, hey, Tony. So, let's see. No. Okay. They're talking amongst themselves, these people. And then Amanda just says the word fat, like I haven't said it already in my bigfatpanda.com. So if we follow you on Twitter, which you've chosen the platform that's really the cesspool of all of fandom.
I chose the platform that is my strength, which is jokes in 280 characters or whatever it's up to now. That's my sweet spot.
All right, so please follow at Walt's Frozen Head minus the O.
Yeah.
Who had that? Who took that?
No tweets on it. Someone just grabbed the name and is sitting on it and has been forever. So, oh yeah, there is an orange bird in the back. So these Disneyland and Disney World posters back there. If you see, I can get out of the way.
I do.
Yeah. There's one right behind my head.
One?
Oh no, that's light switch. Never mind. You
and
can see them all.
They love your shirt.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Oh, see now. Look, we were going to get rid of him, and now here's his questions.
Where did the name Walt's Frozen Head come from? I have to be honest, the title is the reason I haven't watched it yet. I will watch it now.
See, now you would think that title would make you want to watch it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a big believer that the title of the movie should tell you the promise. That's the promise you make of the movie. So, for example, the best title is Attack of the Killer Crabs, because you know what's coming. Like, Attack of Giant Killer Crabs. Gosh darn it, Act 1 better end with the first attack of the giant killer crabs, or else I should get my money back. If you watch the movie too, I'm not giving anything away. We start with this long shot, Disneyland's closing, and we kind of go through the utilidors down, 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 and then we get to Walt's Frozen Head, and we do this dolly shot in, and Walt's Frozen Head opens, and you see Walt's head, because if you're not on board after seeing Ron Schneider as Walt, kind of blink and go, "Call me Walt." If you're not on board, this movie's not for you. I no relation to Burt Lancaster, unfortunately, and I get asked occasionally, but not as much as you'd think.
Don, I think there probably is a Killer Tomatoes and a Killer Crabs, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've never actually seen Killer Tomatoes, so...
It's the same. It's very
sure it
funny,
is.
actually. It's pretty funny.
Probably is.
By the end, there's like a whole marinara of people. And tomatoes well, I thank you very much for being here.
Oh, thank you.
I can't wait to start recording more and now being really into my Rick character. If Rick gets killed, I hope we have another one. Oh, hold on. You know what? Let me give you this one more question here.
Yes, about 20 minutes of the film was shot on Disney property without permission and very much incognito. So we were running and gunning. We knew exactly what we were getting, and we got it. And then we were out.
Yeah, and I don't think he's intruding on anything to get what he needs. He's not disrupting anything.
We were very intentional about not doing that. Sometimes I see one of these will go viral with somebody doing like a full-on puppet show in the parks, and I'm like, guy, we were sneaking around. What's your problem, buddy? So no one noticed we were there that day. At least I don't think they noticed.
There's a really horrible film out there, and I actually forget the title. And people think that they filmed everything in the park, and you can see clearly that most of it is a horribly keyed green screen. And
the black and white one. Yeah.
No, it was this. Maybe some of it was black and white. All I remember is it was a sexual reference in the tiki room, and I was like, what are they trying to do? And it just messed up.
Yeah.
But hey, it's artistic. So yeah, the people are checking up now. They're looking at Walt's Frozen Head now. So you'll have to see if you get more views tomorrow on Walt's Frozen Head.
Fantastic.
The further adventures of Walt's Frozen Head.
Yep, that it is. So
thank you very much for being here. I can't wait to record again with you. I would be amiss if I didn't mention your wife.
Yes.
She has something to...
What about her?
She has something to do with this audio series, and she helps out a lot.
Oh, she does help out a lot. Yeah, she keeps
her
me
name,
on track.
I'm losing her name.
Naomi. Yeah, her official title is associate producer, but basically she does a lot of coordination and makes sure we're scheduled correctly, and she's wonderful at that, and I could not do it without her.
Please tell her thank you, and I appreciate her.
I will.
I will see you soon, sir.
All right, see you.
Thank you, Ben.
Have a wonderful evening.
He is a great guy, and he is fun to hang out with and be around, and he's a really good director too, because as I was doing the voice, I really didn't know, sometimes things or what was going on, and he was very clear and tell you what to do, and hopefully I took good direction. Somebody will have to ask him that on another interview. I do have a little treat for you guys. Did you guys see the Voices of Liberty and what they were doing? Anybody? I'm waiting to hear if you saw it. The Voices of Liberty doing You've Got a Friend in Me? Anyone? Well, I'm going to play it for you. I want you to listen to this. Put your sound up. You got it? Sound?
Well, hi there. This is Aaron from the Voices of Liberty. And we really wish we could be with you in Epcot at Walt Disney World right now.
And we thought using our voices from home to sing for you again is a great way to stay in touch.
Because that's just what friends do.
You've got a friend in me.
You got a friend in me.
You've got a friend in me.
You got troubles, I got them too. There isn't anything I wouldn't do for you. We stick together, we can see it through. 'Cause you've got a friend in me. Yeah, you got a friend in me. Mr. Aladdin, sir, what will your pleasure be? Take your order, jot it down. You ain't never had a friend like me. No, no, no. Life is your restaurant, and we are your maitre d'. Whisper what it is you want. You ain't never had a friend like me, and I say so, Mr. Aladdin, sir. And we're sure to agree. We're on the job, you big name Bob. You ain't never had a friend. You ain't never had a friend. Never had a friend. You ain't never had never had a love like you got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. You ain't never had a friend like me.
Hey, that was fun.
We sure hope you enjoyed that.
All of your friends in the Voices of Liberty want you to know that we'll
See you real soon.
Isn't that awesome? Little things like that coming out of Disney warm my heart. So yeah, this is just you and I, guys. We can go on a ride if you wanted to together. If I played a YouTube video, or we could just sit here and chat. I just want to talk to you and hear what's going on. Again, for those of you that might have not made it before, Shanghai Disneyland is opening May 11th, which really gives me hope. Right, Susan? That was great. Hope that maybe soon, June, July, August, we will start to see some relaxing here for Disney World. I don't think the relaxing, though, comes... I did see the Dapper Dan's one stand. It was awesome. I don't think the relaxing comes without a cost, though. I think we're going to see the illness progress a little bit as we try to create some immunity, because I don't know. Anyhow, I'm just hoping that we start to see things opening up, even though I'm scared at the same time. Yes, I will wear a mask. Give me some conversation starters, guys. I want to talk. I want to see some activity in the comments here. When do you think things will start? What changes do you think will happen if it opens up? I mean, we keep saying that it's all rumor and we don't want to hear it, but at the same time, we do want to hear it. Don, do you have a Disney collection to talk about? Yeah. I forgot what Don collects. Donald Nicholson is asking if I'm going to have like a collection corner. It's a really good idea, actually. I did collect, remember the Walt Disney Classics collection? But then they got too expensive and I couldn't keep it up. And could you imagine? We should collect masks now. There is a wooden Mickey Mouse. Everything's backwards right there. And I love that. That is a carved wooden Mickey Mouse. Maybe Don, next week we do a collections corner. Yeah, what's coming out Thursday, Stan? Stan, can you get on camera? Can we get you on camera for a second, Stan? We'll see if my friend Stan Solo can get on camera. He may or may not be camera ready. I don't know, Jeff. I think it's going to be quicker than 2021, but I don't know. But that's a good prediction. I'll take your prediction. Let's see if Stan can get on camera here. I'm buying stuff more on Shop Disney, the Shop Disney app. I know I don't have pants on, or I'd get up and I'd go get that thing. I have shorts on, like pajama shorts, literally. Okay, Stan's gonna run downstairs and Stan, let me send him a Facebook link real quick. Sorry, guys. And if I could find it here for the Stan Solo Show. So I was just saying about Shop Disney. I've been buying stuff. There's a lot of stuff on sale at Shop Disney, and I think to keep my addiction of Disney going, I've been buying stuff with money that I don't have. So I really need to stop that. What is Ron saying? I think cast members wearing masks is really going to really cut into the magic. No, Ron, it can't. No, I'm kidding. You know, but Ron, is it better to have some magic than none for a little while? Some. Ron's going to be a guest here. I forget what date. I don't think it's next week, but the week after, I believe. We will get Ron Schneider. I don't think Figment is allowed to come that day. I think he's sleeping or something. That would have been nice. Again, remember that all these are just conjecture and rumors. I don't want anybody to take anything as gospel here. Yeah, I believe that too. I think that's pretty much confirmed. I do have friends that have been told to come into work for Disney Springs for certain things, third party. That doesn't mean they're going to open, but you would think if they're getting called into work that would open. And yeah, Susan, I mean, I don't think he's saying we won't understand. He's saying that, you're going to get on Peter Pan's flight and there's a person with a mask on. You're immediately reminded that you're not in a magical place, that you're in this that we're having this COVID thing. I'll wait for Stan. Stan's here, guys. Let's get Stan. Can we hear you?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Okay, so this is my friend Stan Solo, ladies and gentlemen. Stan, you're not going to stay long because you weren't the guest, so I can't.
I'm not
keep
the
you
guest.
as long
No,
as
I'm not staying long.
No, we're still going to tell me what's going on Thursday.
Thursday, I got a special guest on my show.
Who is it?
Can you guess? First of all, do you know the name of the show?
The Grand Circle Tour podcast.
No, the solo show.
The solo show.
The solo show.
It says on his microphone there.
I know that's the other podcast, but I got the hat, I got the shirt, and I got the banner. What more do you need? Flashing lights, the solo show.
Who is the special guest?
Well, it's a friend of mine. I met him in the park once, and we got to hang out, and we hung out. Remember Ryan Lehman?
Yes.
Lehman? Yeah, the magician.
Yes.
Well, we were doing magic at Epcot, and this guy was with us.
Really?
You probably heard of him. Yeah, his name is John. He has a show. He has a BigFatPanda.com show.
Him! Oh, he's going to be great. He's going to be awesome.
Yes.
Ryan and Stacy are awesome. But Stacy's making masks now? She's sewing masks?
Yes, she's making masks. She's selling masks. If you need a mask, that's who you call. Stop emailing me for masks. Contact Stacy because I do sewing too. And I've made masks, but I don't have time to sew them.
Yeah. Do you think the masks are going to be themed, Stan?
Yes, I think they have to be.
I think they have to be too.
I think they have to be. I think they're going to be themed.
Do you get this reference, Stan?
See, Solo, we can't hear you. They can't hear me?
Solo, no. Don't change anything. He's talking about the Tiki Room. That's a line in the Tiki Room. See, Solo, we can't hear you.
He speaks so low.
Conchita? I know, Ron's going to have to give you the rest of that line. But yeah, I caught it, Ron.
And Mary is still waiting on my thoughts on what Disney is doing. Right. So, John, stop talking. You're going to you listen to it on the solo show as to what John's thoughts are.
That's right. We talked about it a little bit. Is there anything that we haven't talked about on that, Stan, that we can cover?
Well, we didn't know the date when we recorded. And that's why when we recorded today, I said, we're recording today, Tuesday, May 5th, because this is going to come out Thursday. And a lot could change between now and Thursday. So we're going to look like, how did those guys not know about this stuff? But we didn't know the date was May 11th for Shanghai when we recorded.
That seems quick to me. But I guess for them it's not. They've been closed for 4 months.
And and they were testing fireworks like 2 weeks ago in Shanghai. Okay. They were doing test runs on Shanghai Disney for the fireworks. And that leads me to think, are they going to have the fireworks shows in Shanghai if they were testing them a couple weeks ago?
How could they and still keep the social distancing? Unless everybody has a spot to stand in 6 feet away.
Well, and I believe in Shanghai, don't people sit down when they watch the fireworks generally? They're not all standing there holding their iPads above their head and kids on their shoulders and stuff. I believe in Shanghai, or maybe it's Tokyo, but everybody sits down and they watch the fireworks together sitting down. So maybe that makes a difference.
If we sat down to watch fireworks, I'd be watching a lot more fireworks shows.
I would not be able to get up though. I sat down at Disneyland to watch the Fantasmic, and I could not get up after. I needed like 3 people to help me. So
I'm there with you. When I sit down on the curb now, I have a good chance of one of my thighs going numb. That's what happens when you get fluffy. It's not good.
Oh, I know. Yeah, exactly. I'm right there with you. So we got here. We got Tiki Room. Everyone's got Tiki Room, but Stan didn't get it.
That's it.
My voice may not be so marvelous, but my profile is out of this world.
It's more Tiki Room stuff. I see. Listen, my voice, I sound like I have a cold, actually, and you're coughing. What's going on? Did I get it from you? Because we recorded earlier today.
I knew I should have wore a mask. I should have wore a mask. From you probably. And you know what? And computer viruses are the worst viruses. Like, never mind COVID-19. Once you have a computer virus, that's it.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good night. Thank you for coming.
I do have a question, though.
Yes.
Is it okay for us to start showering yet, or are we just supposed to be washing our hands only?
Well, it's shower. What? Yes, you should. No, Stan, you haven't been showering. Stop it.
Well, they told us just wash your hands. You'll be safe. All you do is just wash all the time.
Don't you have a wife? Don't you have a wife?
Well, yeah.
She must be really devastated.
Well, she's not showering either because we've been told to just wash our hands. They said just wash your hands, so that's what we've been doing is just washing our hands.
I'm blaming Canada. It's a Canada thing.
I'm sorry. I David says just hand washing. That's all you got to do. Is just hand washing.
David, ladies and gentlemen, him and his wife Kim, awesome people from Now That's Disney. It wasn't Disney previously. They were talking about other things, but now that's Disney.
Yes. That's the live show.
At least give me a courtesy chuckle, Stan. I try really hard.
So,
all right,
yeah,
guys,
so
do we have questions here? Guys, do we have questions?
Tip the waitresses.
That's Don. What is there one here? Because I'll place an order.
My wife just brought my glasses down because I forgot my glasses upstairs when I came running down.
Has anybody watched any good Disney Plus stuff? Oh, did you watch Prop Culture at all?
Oh my gosh. Is that not the best show on Disney Plus right now?
Yeah, and Jeff, if Jeff is in here, I want to know if he's watched Prop Culture because he would like that. My friend Jeffrey Ash. Prop Culture, which I thought people were telling me pop culture. I realized what it is. They're getting these. I watched the Who Framed Roger Rabbit one. Did you see that one?
Yep.
And they find like Judge Doom's costume, and they go to Christopher Lloyd, and they show it to him, and you can tell who's into it and who's not. Like you can see who could care. Kathleen Turner, I think she was I think everybody in that show was kind of into it, but I could imagine people being like, yeah, great, here's the prop, I used him in the movie, big deal.
There was one that was just like turned off by it completely. I'm trying to remember which one it was. But you could tell that they were kind of like, yeah, that was something I did years ago.
Yeah.
They could care less about it. Did you watch the Muppet one?
No, is the Muppet one good?
The Muppet one is my favorite one. That's the first one I watched. Now
I watched Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and there was another one I watched, but I don't remember what it was.
Mary Poppins?
No. You know what? Maybe I only watched one.
Okay, that host, the host of the show, I can't remember his name. He's a big guy.
Yes.
He's huge.
But he's also tall, too. He looks like
tall.
Gorg from the Fraggles.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He could play a Gorg easily. So he picks up the Muppets' clothing. He has a piece of the clothing from the Muppets. Well, you have to realize, so like Kermit the Frog is this big, right? This is how big Kermit the Frog is. So his clothing is this big. So this guy is holding, it looks like it would fit on his thumb. It was so good. And they get one of the Muppet that was, the actual Muppet that was in the movie is on the show. And he goes, this is the costume you wore in the Muppet movie. And he goes, I don't think that would fit me now.
That's great.
I put on a lot of weight.
I'm going to watch that one probably tonight.
Yeah. And Kermit's banjo. They get Kermit's banjo, which was, oh man, I want to create one now.
I will give you some negative feedback on Disney Plus on a show I thought I would love, but I don't like. So if anybody tells you that I'm always positive, no, here's the negative. The Pixar Life in the Day or whatever, the reality show. Pixar, it is poor.
Yeah.
It is uninteresting. It is poor. The people's reactions are terrible.
Yeah.
Why are they doing that?
And they've only done like 3 of them, I think. I haven't seen any. Have they done any new ones?
There's like 6 now.
Is there? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
the first one was the Up,
okay. The Inside Out.
Not Up.
Inside Out.
Inside Out. Yeah. And that one was okay. And then the one with the Finding Nemo was horrible.
Terrible. How many times can I watch the octopus walk around and watch kids go?
Yeah.
And the latest one was, I forgot what it was. That's how bad. Excuse me, hiccuping. That's how bad it was.
Yeah. But if you're a Mandalorian fan, you have to watch. You weren't Mandalorian at all?
I love Mandalorian. Okay,
yeah, you have to watch. It's an 8-part series. First part came out yesterday. Behind the scenes from Mandalorian.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't see that.
Yes, it came out yesterday. I watched it today. Oh man,
it's not ruining baby the child for us.
They show a clip. They show a tiny bit as to how they did it, and it's how we know they did it. It's like we know how we know it's they didn't genetically create a real life baby Yoda. They show a little bit, but they talk to the directors and they talk to the writers and all that, and they show behind the scenes how it was all done, and it is amazing.
Did you see? Blake, you just threw me off. Blake, my friend Blake said, "Good day, sir," and he threw me off. Did you see? Not the Mandalorian. There was something else that was on it. My thought.
Clone Wars. Have you been watching? You've been watching Clone Wars, I heard.
I haven't been watching Clone. Should I start the cartoon from like season 1?
Yeah, well, it's not. It's computer animated cartoon. It's not.
Okay.
The new ones came out though. The final episode aired yesterday.
Okay.
Final episode ever.
I remember. I was gonna say. Did you hear the whole? You know who Werner Herzog is?
Probably.
He's the guy in the Mandalorian in the beginning who takes the puck. He's got that draw.
Oh yes.
Okay, and he's the one that he heard they were going to go to all CGI, and he told them, "Yous are all cowards. The puppet, the people will fall in love with the puppet." And they're saying, "No, we don't think the people will like the puppet." Yeah, because he fell in love with the actual puppet.
Yeah.
And sure enough, they listened to him, and they kept the puppet, and look what happened. It became a viral sensation that we all love. But he said to them, "Stop doing the CGI. Keep the puppet." And I think the Dark Crystal probably taught us all puppets work. People like them anyway.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Exactly. You got to watch. I'm telling you, John, you have to watch The Mandalorian. At least the final season. I mean, I hate. It's seven seasons long, but the reason why you have to watch it is because it ties into what's happening next season in Mandalorian.
Okay. All right.
There's a major character that's in the Clone Wars that's going to be in the next season of Mandalorian. They already cast the actress. They already finished filming, and they showed a shot of her. And she's one of the characters from the Clone Wars. And you're going to watch The Mandalorian, and you're not going to get the same, oh my gosh, it's her.
Yeah, and this, I heard this is true from JK. I always want to believe it's JK Rowling, by the way, but I know it's not.
I haven't, all I've heard is fall.
Yeah, but that is sooner than most things come out. Like,
I think all along it was fall. Is it coming out sooner than fall?
I'm saying like most series, they go away for 2 years and come back.
Yeah.
At least they knew, this has got to keep going.
Well, they finished principal photography already of the Mandalorian quite a while ago. Yes, David.
What does that even mean? I don't know.
Yeah, he spelt it wrong, but yes.
Oh.
That's who's going to be in next season's Mandalorian.
Okay, is that a character from Star Wars that I
Clone Wars? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need to start watching Clone Wars.
Yeah, and she's like my favorite character. I'm probably going to buy the lightsabers next time I go to Galaxy's Edge.
They have her lightsaber there.
They have her lightsabers available. I didn't last time. She's not
the one with the colored things, the stripes.
Yes,
that is her. Look how good I'm getting at this.
You're getting good at it. Yeah, with the orange face.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Yeah, that's who I thought.
Yeah. It was supposed to be November, but it's early. Okay, I heard October was what I heard. It's supposed to be coming out. So, David, my spelling is off. Yeah, it begins with an A for starters. Hang on, I got to mute.
And Blake, we're talking about Star Wars. We're not talking about the Tiger King right now. You have to try to. Joe Exotic has to become a Star Wars character, maybe. Which, did you hear? It's not Disney related that Nicolas Cage is going to play the Tiger King, Joe Exotic. Do you even know about this at all, Stan?
I watched the first episode of the Tiger King.
It's horrible.
And I went, I don't get it. What are people watching?
We watch it for the train wreck. Like, these people are absolutely insane. But Nicolas Cage, who I'm not so thrilled with, but for that part, he could do pretty good.
So they're making the Tiger King Joe Exotic movie?
They are. I think it's a series.
Oh, that's it. Society's over.
Listen,
Society can hang its hat up.
We had to know society was over the minute God released the murder hornets. That's
it.
Yeah. God said, murder hornets.
So are they in Florida?
I don't think they're in Florida. They're in Washington. And they really don't kill people. They can, but it would be a really odd situation to kill a person. They really kill...
They kill like 50 people a year in Japan, I hear.
Yeah, it's not so bad.
And there's like, 2 billion people in Japan.
I say that, and I say it's not so bad. Yeah. My butt gets killed by a murder hornet. It was bad! I take it back.
Well, they'll destroy an entire hive, an entire beehive.
Yeah.
In
if they see my butt, they'll say buffet. I hope not. Yeah, they kill the honeybees. They just take their heads off with their little clippers. They'll clip, head off, clip, head off. They just go through. It's a horrible
Why?
thing.
What's with these guys? What did the bees do to tick them off so much?
I don't know. But next time we're on Splash Mountain and we see the little beehives as we go through, keep an eye out. See if anybody's home. The murder hornets.
There'll be headless bees all over the train.
Mary's right. As long as you're not one of the 50, it's very easy to say.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
so bad.
It's not
But
so
if you're one of
bad.
those 50. All right, guys. So it's 8:46. I don't want to just drag you out. Are you bored? Come on. I need to know what's going on. I need to know what you want to see. Do we want to go on a ride together? Because I can
Ooh.
queue it up on YouTube.
I was
Thinking.
thinking of a ride that I want to see. If I was ever on your show, which I am now, the ride that I want to see, it's a ride that I can't do. So I watch it on your show because I can't do rides.
Mountain?
Splash Mountain. You got it. Do you have
Splash
that?
Mountain, guys? I do. I have a really good Splash Mountain.
I know you have a good Splash Mountain. I watched it.
Have you? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna queue it up. See how many people.
Because I can't do rides. The way I do rides is by watching John's videos of it. That's how I do rides. I've never done Tower of Terror. I've never done Splash Mountain. I've never done Exhibition Everest, but I've watched it on YouTube.
Yay.
I've nearly gotten sick watching it on YouTube. You're going to see Stentor and Green going down the drop.
I haven't seen
on
this
Splash
video
Mountain
in a long time either.
Small World, the ride that keeps on giving, David says.
Okay, so let's see. I'm going to do this. I'm going to share my screen. Okay.
David, I agree. I love Small World. I could do Small World 10 times in a row. Susan loves Splash Mountain. I love Splash Mountain too, but I can't do that drop.
Let me try to do this, Stan, and see if can you guys hear this?
Yep. Look at that. There we go. See, like, if I could get off before the drop, I'd love that ride. It'd be like a favorite ride. Just stare it down.
It's smooth and a lot of fun. You would like it.
I've done it once, but that was it.
See, now this is a good demonstration of the Panda vision, the multi-angle.
Yeah, no, it is. How many times did you ride this to get the snow?
This was 8.
8 times. This is where I get off. The last time to exit, that's my sign right there. Yeah, this I like this part. Cool.
This is based on a racing
Oh, I'm getting. Oh, I felt that. And then they got it right there for you to see other people screaming their heads as they come down.
This ride has so much going on. It's great.
There's a lot of levels.
The water does have a smell to it. I was scared of ruining the camera. I remember that.
Oh, okay.
Are there people behind us?
Were there people behind you?
But again, remember, there's so many different rides. I don't know who went.
Yeah. Because if you're afraid of drops, like that build up to the mountain. Exactly.
I almost didn't want to go home.
It is a great attraction, and I would love it. Just take the drop away. Oh. This was I was so nervous doing this drop. The one time I rode it, I thought this was the drop, and we did this, I went.
Oh,
Okay, that's not so bad.
murder horn.
The murder horn. The murder horn.
Baby lost his very friend. How do you do? And you have that. I hit
Is Colton watching Kimberly? Oh, he wasn't hopping for a couple of months. I thought I got him though.
Sorry, John, I couldn't hear you. Over the music. It's Murder Hornet.
Murder hornet.
There's the Murder Hornet. That's where they are. That's very dead now. That's why they have to close the park. That their guy. That's a great shot, John. Good job there. Man, this thing has dropped the whole thing. Yeah, this thing here, those drops coming.
Everybody's got a landing place. Maybe this one is yours. And when you see that old rare rat, he's sure ain't rapping no more. If you finally found your landing place, how come you aren't laughing? That rare rat, he learned his lesson all right. I'm afraid he learned it too late.
Oh boy, I'm getting nervous. Oh, look at this camera work here. What is it?
That's a lot of folks. I understand you got it. But please don't leave that.
Beautiful view. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. No, no, thank you. Yeah. Now, can I just hop on at this part and watch the whole show? then I enjoy.
I miss this so much. There's a lot of bare ass in this. Let's be serious.
And I'm here to stay. Our crew is moving on now. It's where I'm born and brilliant. I'm proud that is where I'm at. Zippity-doo dah, zippity-yay. I'm back in my home now. I'm sure gonna stay.
It's the truth. It's actual. Everything that is actual.
I miss that so much.
That was fun. But you know, my anxieties are, I get anxiety doing those type of attractions. My hands are sweating now just watching that.
I can understand that. I mean, that's not it's not your thing. The heights and stuff is not your thing. But you've never tried Tower of Terror even once.
No, never done. There's a long list of rides I've never done.
I need to get you drunk and take you on Tower of Terror. All right, so let
Two
these
things
people.
I don't do:
I'm
get
going to
drunk
let
and
these. I'm going to let these good people go and take care of whatever they take care of at 9 p.m. Stan, thank you very much for coming.
Thanks for having me on.
Can you plug where we can find you, please?
Well, you go to iTunes or whatever podcast catcher you like to listen to, and look in the solo show.
Thanks, Stan. I'm kidding. I'm sorry. Come back.
Grand Circle Tour solo show and Saturday nights. Now that's Disney Night Live.
Thank
Those
you,
are the
sir.
three.
Love you, bud.
I'm busy. Thank you. Thank you for having me on. It was fun.
He's everywhere. Kim, it was fun. Thank you. Kim, he's everywhere, huh? Oh, Mary, you didn't eat any. Okay, Mary, I'm letting these all go. Listen, thank you guys. If you can please remember, Tuesdays, 8 p.m., this is what we're doing. Next week, I think I have Mark Daniels here next week, Tuesday at 8. Do you guys know who Mark Daniels is? Don, I have to. But Mark Daniels he's going to be so much fun. I don't know if I can get rid of Mark at any point. I might just talk to him forever. So go forth, create pandemonium. Above all, keep giving out those panda hugs. Guys, love you. Thank you so much. See you next Tuesday.